Hello, and welcome to this month's Meet the Mayor recap. Lots of folks at the last meeting were curious about the Times Arcade Alley project that began this month. The project involves the much-needed renovation of the stormwater infrastructure beneath the alley, constructing bump outs, and planting beautiful new native trees at the intersection of West Main and Times Arcade. The contractor will also be installing electrical connection pedestals for food trucks and holiday lights. Pedestrian access to restaurants and shops on Times Arcade will remain open so that people can still enjoy dining and shopping in the alley. We anticipate that this project will continue for about the next 5 months. We had a question about the possibility of repairing the sections of sidewalk on Caldwell Street between Broad and Probart and the road in front of Ingalls that needs repairs. We plan to raise this issue with our NCDOT representative because these are state-owned roads when we meet with them later this month. One person asked why our water and wastewater fees are higher than some other neighboring cities. The city's water and wastewater systems involve a lot of fixed costs and cost for infrastructure improvements. Brevard has a relatively small customer base to cover the operating costs for these services. Luckily, we've received some large grants that are funding our new critical upgrades at the water treatment plant, about $5 million this year, that will help keep service rates from rising rapidly to cover any new costs. One person asked about holiday trash pickup schedules and whether folks could be refunded on holidays when sanitation does not run. The city's solid waste ordinance says that, quote, refuse shall be collected once each week under normal circumstances, unquote, excepting things like extreme weather conditions or federal holidays when employees are not working. Typically, as long as sanitation has adequate staffing and vehicles, those holiday changes can include a makeup collection at an earlier or later date, but this is not always possible. So no, the city does not issue refunds when trash pickup is not possible. Another question was raised about whether the state legislature has proposed raising the state minimum wage. There is currently no such proposal in Raleigh, but the Living Wage Coalition of Transylvania County works to promote living wages locally. With recent freezing conditions, one person asked about leaking gutters on the post office that could create a hazard when falling water freezes near the entrance. The city's code inspector stays in contact with the post office building manager about conditions on and around the building that could become hazardous. Another question involves street parking around town. Drivers can park along the street anywhere that does not have a no parking sign, so long as they are not obstructing critical access points like driveways, fire hydrants, are not blocking or obstructing other drivers' view of road signs or intersections. So be careful where you park, even if there is no parking sign right there. If you're curious about the parking regulations in your neighborhood, a complete listing of streets is available in the traffic schedule in the city's Code of Ordinances linked below. Finally, someone suggested that we produce an informational handout about Clemson Plaza. I love this suggestion. The Clemson Theater, for which the plaza is named, has a fascinating place in our city's history. I have asked staff to review the research we have for such a handout. I will also speak with the Transylvania Tourism Development Authority to see whether we could partner to produce something like this for members of the public to explore while enjoying the plaza. Thank you for all of the questions and suggestions. I hope you'll join me for the next Meet the Mayor, which will be on February 22nd from 11:30 to 1:30 at the Mary C. Jenkins Community Center. Feel free to bring a bag lunch and just join me for a casual conversation about our city. Thank you.